Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino listener by me. So let's get into it. It was not so often that the Harbinger had to actually interact with its Tsaritsa in a way or another. Aside from her usual missions and her ultimate goal, there were no interactions. She provided the Harbinger's support, but there didn't need to be a lot of meetings. It would be useless, and each one had their own agenda, and Tsaritsa knew that very well. But for her to send a letter to Arlecchino, detailing a request, or rather an order, since it was not like Arlecchino could exactly refuse, it was something strange and unusual, a behavior that was most certainly unfamiliar, but something that irked Arlecchino a little bit, until she opened the letter and finally read its contents. That Tsaritsa wrote about her daughter and told Arlecchino that she will be handing her over to her to finally be a child of the house. It was a little bit strange. That was all she had to say. Strange and unusual. Arlecchino never knew about the Archon having a child, and she doubts anyone else knew as well. So this must be confidential. And that may explain why she had wanted to send you over to the house. And finally, perhaps, assure your safety. After all, being the child of the Archon always guaranteed its own danger. And as a child, you really don't have much power to be fighting with someone. A lot of people, and only think of maybe the fact that you're connected to the Archon and how they could use you against her. So perhaps for that exact reason, she wanted you to be under Arlecchino's care, to make sure you're not in danger, far away enough not to be affiliated with her, and yet still be under her gaze. So of course, Arlecchino accepted. Not that there were many options, but yet again she was not against the idea totally. It was nice, and quite interesting in fact. She has not even had to do something like this in quite a while. So it was needless to say, it would certainly be an experience in and of itself. For now, she only had to meet you and bring you to the house. And that's what she did. You were rather upset, fussy even, not wanting to leave. And it took you? You're not even curious what the House of the Hearth is? No, I'm not. I'm happy here. I don't need to go somewhere else. You say, and she chuckles. It's not like you were wrong. You are happy where you are, and you shouldn't feel the need to go anywhere. But unfortunately, it's not like you had many options yourself. You didn't have a lot of options here, and most of them entailed that, something bad would end up happening to you. So this was the safest thing that she could actually do for you, and that's Tsaritsa as well. It was good for you even if you can't see it right now. Well, I'll tell you something. Wouldn't you rather to be strong? Wouldn't you rather to not need anyone's protection? Once you're old enough, you may return to Snezhnaya. But for now, for your own safety, you must leave. I can guarantee you protection. And I will teach you to become stronger, so that one day, you may fulfill your dream of returning here and reuniting with its Tsaritsa. As for her reasoning behind all of this, I could only guess. She has not provided an excuse, and neither is she obliged to do so. It is none of my business. For now, my duty is to take you to the House of the Hearth, and that is what I will do. So it better be with your own consent, or otherwise I may have to resort to other unsavory methods, she said. And even though it was not the best thing that you could have heard at the time, it was also honest. There was no sugarcoating. It was all there, laid bare in front of you. You were not allowed to stay in Snezhnaya. For now, at least. So, you could just go with this lady, who promised to protect you and make you stronger, so you could seek out the truth for yourself. Or, you could still be forced to do that. There's no running away from this. Even though you have tried to look for an exit in the room, you don't think that you will be faster than a Fatui Harbinger. You've seen them enough times to know just how strong they are. And Arlecchino is not just any Fatui Harbinger. She's the fourth, so you must be cautious. And then again, if the Archon had really ordered this, then you really had no chance at all. So you just sighed. I suppose I'll come with you then. I don't have a choice. That's good to understand. One day, you will have a choice, and the ability to regain your own freedom. For now, you must play with the cards you've been dealt, she says. And that's how you follow her, as she takes you onto a boat. And soon enough, you're all in Fontaine, wandering around the strange city, as Arlecchino told you stories that were very popular there. It was all like a tour, as she toured around and told you all legends or stories, and sometimes told you what the places were. Like right now, as she explained what the Palaymarmonia was. And soon enough, you were at the house, and then it was time for introductions, for her to introduce you to her children, to tell them that their new sibling has arrived. Everyone, I need you to welcome your new sibling to the house. This is Wayan, and from now on she will reside with us and help us. From now on, we will be family, so treat her as such, she said. And you knew, even though this house was strange, in the end, you knew your destiny, and it was bound to be within your hands once more. And maybe the strange lady that has taken you in was not all that bad in the end.